I don't usually pick up hitchhikers. It's one of those rules I've always followed. A quiet personal code, like not opening the door for strangers past midnight or never answering blocked calls. But that night, I broke the rule. I was driving home after a long business trip. 6 hours of highway stretched out behind me, and at least another hour left to go. It was late, past midnight. The roads were empty, the only company being the occasional deer crossing sign and the low hum of my tires eating the asphalt. That's when I saw him. A man standing on the side of the road, thumb out, a duffel bag slung over one shoulder. He was tall, thin, and dressed in a faded green army jacket. I don't know why I slowed down. Maybe it was the tiredness, maybe guilt, maybe something else. But I pulled over. He didn't say much when he got in, just looked at me and gave a small nod. Appreciate it. I asked where he was headed, and he mumbled the name of a town that happened to be just a few miles past mine. We drove in silence for a while. I kept my eyes on the road, but something about the air felt off. Not dangerous exactly, just heavy, like the weight of a conversation we weren't having. Then he spoke. "You still have that scar on your left shoulder?" I glanced at him, trying to process the question. "What? From when you fell off your bike? When you were 10? You hit that mailbox, remember?" I felt a chill crawl down my spine. "How do you know that?" He smiled barely. He just looked straight ahead, the faint smile never leaving his face. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. "Do I know you? You don't remember?" he said softly, almost like he was disappointed. I wanted to pull over, I should have. But instead, I kept driving. A mile passed, then another. "You still blame yourself for what happened to your brother?" I slammed the brakes. The car screeched to a halt on the shoulder of the empty road. My heart was pounding, my hands shook. "How do you know about my brother?" He turned to me slowly, eyes dark and unreadable. "You left him alone at the riverbank. You were supposed to be watching him." I felt sick. That wasn't something people knew. It wasn't something I'd ever told anyone. Not even my wife. Not even my therapist. "I don't know who you are, but you need to get out. Right now." He didn't move. "You don't remember me," he said again, more firmly this time, "but I remember everything." And then, almost as if he were reciting a list, "Your first pet was a turtle named Rex. You buried it in your backyard with your mother when you were 6. You cheated on a test in the 8th grade and never told anyone. You used to cry yourself to sleep the first year of college." He leaned forward slightly. "You dream about drowning, often." I opened the door. "Get out!" I shouted. Still he didn't move. Instead he said, "There's a turn coming up ahead. You'll take it." I didn't want to, but some force inside me took control of the wheel. As we approached the bend, I turned. My hands moved without my permission, and there, off the road, was an old, broken-down gas station, long abandoned. The sign was rusted, the windows boarded up. "Stop here." I stopped. He got out. But before he shut the door, he looked at me one last time. "They'll be digging this place up next week. That's when they'll find it." "Find what?" I asked. He gave me a long look. Closure. And then he shut the door and walked toward the dark building. I watched him until he disappeared behind the broken sign. I didn't wait. I drove, fast. I didn't look back, but something stayed with me that night. A feeling in my chest, a pressure that wouldn't go away. A few days later I saw it on the news. A construction crew had found a body, a child's skeleton, buried behind the gas station. They identified it through dental records. It was my brother. The same brother who drowned when we were kids, or at least that's what we thought. That's what I'd believed for 25 years. He hadn't drowned, he'd been taken, and the man in my car, the man who knew everything, I never saw him again. But sometimes, when I pass that stretch of highway, I think I see someone in the distance just beyond the headlights, waiting for someone else to remember, or someone else to confess.